A peace plan for Gaza, a ceasefire in place. But Hamas is choosing terror and on a rampage. Mass executions of their own people in the street, random killings, repression. For peace, the Hamas reign of terror must end. About a year ago, I made a video on how to add alerts to your TikTok live stream using Tikfinity. Since it's been a while, TikTok actually added this feature into TikTok Live Studio, so I'm going to show you how to use it. It's really simple, and without further ado, let's hop right into it. So as I said, TikTok actually added this feature into TikTok Live Studio just recently, so now you can actually add alerts for follows, gifts, and subs all into TikTok Live Studio without using any third-party software. It's really easy. All you have to do, obviously, is get access to TikTok Live Studio. Once you do that, you can just choose your scenes, either portrait or landscape, it doesn't matter. And then go to add source over here, scroll down until you see alert, click on alert over here, click on add, and then you have the alert set up. So now you can actually do how many alerts you want, for how long. If you want to have it for 3 seconds, you can do that right over here. You can do alert parries, which means that new alerts will replace all the previous ones. If you want that, you can enable that right here. And then you can obviously activate the alert itself. So if you scroll down, you have the follower alert, you have the gift alert, and the subscription alert. If you click on that, it has the same exact options. So you can choose what's the text that shows up on the alert itself, and also what sound plays when that specific alert happens. You can add whatever sound, like there's 3 preset sounds, but you can also add a custom sound by clicking on the cogwheel and then going into the upload button and uploading your own custom sound right here, which is really, really nice.
You can also make a trigger that, it works, for example, if there's minimum new followers, for example, 5, and then it only shows up if there's 5 new followers. If you want to have it show up every single new follow, you can have it set up by just leaving it default on 1. Same thing for gift, same thing for subscription. And then if you click on preview, you can see how it looks.
Aha.
All right. Let me refresh my stream manager. There we go. Okay. This is not the household we're going to be playing with, by the way. Apparently plugged in my iPad. Let's go. I really need to figure out actually being prepared before I press the live button. Okay. Actually, I'm going to main menu. I'm gonna make an entirely new save for this. Do we want this baddie in our chaos mansion? I think so. Love. So, I do like that bun. That's fun. Welcome Cassandra, welcome Michaela, welcome Crystal, welcome Plumba. We're just gonna Desiree them. That works. She wants to explore the city or something. Medium challenge, you know what? That works for me. Okay. I think we're gonna build an Indian crest. I think that'd be a good place to put it. It's gonna be winter time. That big lot right there. Or maybe something a little more manageable. I think we could do another big lot, 50 by 40. Plug in my tablet. Uh-oh. It's gonna die. Saved it. Okay. This is a fit. That's a fit. We're gonna have to go back into cast. I thought I didn't care and I could just randomize it, but I do in fact care and cannot randomize it. Alrighty. Although I'm not gonna force y'all to listen to the Sims music because I'm not even listening to the Sims music. I'll let you throw that bad boy right there. Okay. Let's see. Give me some random topics to yap about on stream. We're going to build like welcome Mochi, welcome Ashley. We're gonna build this chaos engine and then probably sometime this weekend I'll go live again and start creating sims for it. And then maybe next Wednesday maybe. We can actually do something about it. 1 second though, I'm getting a call, so I'm gonna go silent for a minute, but I'm gonna keep building. So let me mute my mic. I'm back. Sorry, my brother called me for no reason. But I'm back now. So that's good news. Roofing is not being my friend today. Like, why are you the way that you are? Just hear me out. Hear me out. Huh? Why is this not? Why is it not? Like, hello? I'm not understanding this mathematics that goes into getting the roof to be correct. I don't even have sheets on yet. But I'm going to. This is coming from. You know what? You know what? All right. Now that that's settled, yeah. Hmm. How are we going to? Issue was earlier. Oh, uh-oh. You know, also gonna. That's gone. Okay. I know what our problem. I know what our problem was. Problem? That's not a word. Problem. Thank you. I just saw the chat just now. That's. I'm actually devastated that I spent that long confused over literally a problem I created. But thank you. Roofing is like my worst enemy in this game. I am so bad at it. Now we're going to make this 2 tiles like the other one. And then we can force it to line up. Oh wait. Do that. Perfect. Okay. Yes, thank you so much. That is so much better. That there. I've been playing for like 3 or 4 years, maybe more. I'm not sure exactly when. How long ago was COVID? Because that's when I started playing. That was 5 years ago. So 5 years. Exactly what I want to do about this corner, though. Actually, that looks perfectly fine when I do it like that. What is my favorite thing to do in The Sims? I actually really like CAS. I really like creating Sims. Um, Especially now that I have more packs. I used to hate CAS when all I had was base game because like there's not that many options. So I used to always prefer like building and gameplay. But now that I've gotten more packs for myself, I definitely like CAS more. Do you play The Sims? Also, by the way, I am live on both Twitch and TikTok. So if I'm responding to something and you think I'm talking to the air, it's probably because I'm talking um, on a different platform. Just a little heads up. So this is what I'm liking so far. Went from cast being your fave to gameplay to build mode. Yeah, I don't dislike build mode. I'm just really bad at it. Um, I feel like I have to use like move objects to make things look good, but then I'm really bad at using move objects, and I always like make items unusable or like they can't get from room to room. So like I really like watching other people build more than I like actually building myself because I'm not very good at it. But, you know, we're gonna try our best today. But yeah, whatever your expectations are, please keep them low. The fun outside, it really has like some fortress vibes. You've learned a lot from watching others. It is all about the fun, I agree. Um, I like watching Little Simsy. That's probably my favorite. And then also Similes. I watch the lives on TikTok, and those are really fun. Fame, yeah. I feel like Little Simsy is one of like the most popular Um, back when I used to watch more YouTube, I also watched like Vixella and like kind of like all of the other big Sims YouTubers, but I just don't really have as much time to watch YouTube as I used to, so it's pretty much just Lil Simsy. Yeah, it's my last semester of college though, so hopefully I'll have more free time later on, but probably not. But that's the goal. Saved my game yet. I'm just gonna use like a placeholder wallpaper for now because I hate looking at the default. There we go. Get some shrubbery. Okay. I need to turn on BB.move objects. Testing, chase through. Okay. Oh, that's out of the way. Okay. That's passable. Do we want the hedges to go all the way around? Yeah, I think we do. There we go. No, I'm not building for a challenge. I saw Similes on TikTok build or not build a chaos mansion, but play in a chaos mansion and like you spin a wheel and fireworks go off and like you have to force your Sims to eat pufferfish and like all sorts of other interesting things. And so I wanted to build my own version of that just for fun. And then probably another day, maybe next week, I'll do a live showing how that ends up working out. But today I'm building it. So any suggestions for like things we can add to the chaos would definitely be appreciated for sure. Ooh, yeah, a grill room is definitely a good idea. They do love setting things on fire. Completely unrelated to trying to cause chaos too, because they just do it for fun. I have like so many legacy saves where I've played for like generations where my Sims will just randomly try and end their bloodline with either a fireplace or a grill. And yeah, it's very stressful. It used to be way more stressful before Life and Death. The grandfather in your current save is almost always trying to set himself on fire. Yeah, that's so real. Yeah, I mean, if he's already a ghost, like, how much trouble can he really cause by setting himself on fire? But that is really funny. My problem is, like, I'll have, like, my heir sim, and that be, like, the only one in the household. And then they'll, like, catch themselves on fire and die. But luckily, now that life and death is, like, a thing, you can just rebirth them if you need to. But before that, if you lost a sim, it was so devastating. So, life and death is definitely one of my favorite packs. Yeah, it's actually so stressful the way that they're like. It should be criminal the way that they lack survival instinct here in The Sims. Like, it's so bad. Glitching through the wall. Better now. So I definitely think there should be like a grill room. The first time your sim died, you got a game over. Tragic. Yeah, I've had that happen. My very first time playing The Sims, like, I hadn't watched any of the like YouTube videos or anything. I didn't even know what it was. And so I didn't realize that embarrassment was a thing. And so I didn't have like the bathroom off in a separate room because I was terrible at building. So, and I had multiple Sims in the household, and so none of them would use the bathroom because I was terrible at building. It was my first time playing the game. I didn't know it had to be in its own room. And multiple of them died from being mortified from the embarrassment moodlet because I could not figure out why they wouldn't use the bathroom because they refused to use it around each other. It was really bad. But luckily I am slightly improved from there. I think for this OMG, I know, right? It was awful. I had no idea what I was doing. I don't think I really need to make hallways or anything in here. Or worry about how the rooms connect. Because what I think I'm gonna do is just like teleport the Sims where they need to go. Oops. And then, yeah, I think I'm just gonna teleport them where they need to go. Natural Living has a privy bush. Your personal safe sim always gets secondhand embarrassment. I actually posted a TikTok, like I think last week, where one of my sims had like people they hadn't even invited over caught them woohooing in their privy bush. And then afterwards, they used the bathroom in it, and so now we call it the poo hoo bush. That's a different life that I do. My rags to riches. Yeah, it was so bad. So yeah, that was in my rags to riches save, and I still have no idea why those Sims were there or why they would do that to our poor bush. Like, it was tragic. But yeah, I don't think I'm gonna give these Sims much to work with. Just using those to see if all of the rooms are equal size, because that's what I want. I want them to be... Okay, so that's what it takes for them to be equal size. Okay. So this has to go back one. So we're gonna have 6 rooms inside, and then we're gonna have the pool be a room, and then we're gonna have like a little outdoor, like I'm gonna make a little fence enclosure, and that'll be one of the places where we can force the Sims to live. That would be really fun. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab another saucer light. Let's see. Okay. So now I need to decide what to put in each of the rooms. You said grill, so I'm gonna put one with grills. I'm gonna make another one with fireplaces, 2 with rugs under them, because I love lighting those. Here's a grill. There we go. So this is just for the sake of like planning our layout. So that can be the grill room. Maybe this can be the fireplace room. Oh, these are the same fireplace? What? How have I never noticed that they were like literally the same? This one just has different colors. Wow, that's really interesting. We'll have a big fireplace over here. And then we'll put a rug under each of them. Yeah, I do have Get Famous. And they definitely cheaped out with those holiday fireplaces that are literally the same. That annoys me a lot with cast, actually, especially with kits, because some of the kits that they've released, the clothing is just a recolor of something already in the game, or it's a very similar asset to something already in the game. And so it's like, not only are you asking people to pay $5 for like 2 items, you're also not going to make them totally new items. That's crazy. Normally when I'm building, I'm trying to make it look cute, but that is not the goal of this build. The goal of this build is to make a House of Chaos. You know what would be fun? If we made this like big central area, like a combination of all of the side areas where there's like so many ways to die. So maybe we'll put like a different fireplace in here. Ooh, a piranha pond? Hold on, let me look for that and Get Famous. That's... Get Famous came out a while ago, wow. No. I'll just go into outdoor objects, maybe with the filter on. There it is. I forgot this even existed. That's awesome. Okay. Stock water garden with... Ooh, should we do piranhas or sharks? Oh, oops. I messed this up. Let's see that right there. Sims love it. That's awesome. You don't know if the sharks can kill the Sims? Okay, I'll do piranhas then. Okay, and then I'll have her go over there. Okay. Now we have a piranha pond. Oh, and you can even see them in there. That is so fun. Okay, yeah, that's definitely gonna be part of our outdoor enclosure. That was a really good idea. Thank you. All right. I can put a big fireplace in here. Grill as well. So I like the idea of making this a big main room with all of the chaos of the other rooms. Easy. Eco toilet upgrade, and it sets on fire if you don't empty it. Ooh. Hold on. Does that work with any toilet, or specifically the one from Eco Lifestyle? Does Eco Lifestyle have a toilet? I think it does. Eco Lifestyle toilet. So maybe I'll make a couple of these, and I'll have her upgrade them all. Oh, and to do that, I'm gonna need a computer to buy the parts, huh? Because we don't have any upgrade parts. There we go. Okay, any toilet, just upgrade with compost? Okay, good to know. I think I'm gonna do these ones from Eco Lifestyle, because that's fun. Gonna have to cheat her handiness skill, though. Cheat. max handiness. So whatever the upgrades are, she should be able to do it. Composting, 2 plumbing and 1 common. Order. There's so many different things you can buy now. Upgrade parts. There we are. What was it? Common and plumbing? Yeah. Okay. So now we're gonna make these toilets flammable. Perfect. This is gonna be so fun. I get lost too. There are so many different menus now, and even like, hold on, let me open Synology. Like, I have some stuff turned off, and it's still so much. Like, I don't even have balance and imbalance and everything on like that from the newest one, Enchanted by Nature. The panels are the worst. I feel like I keep saying that I think they need a refresh of like the interface, but at the same time, I don't know what they could even do to make it better. You know? Like, I don't even know how they could improve it. There's just too many things. But I don't know. Hopefully someone smarter than me, who also happens to work for EA, figures out a way to clean that up, because it's very frustrating at times, especially when I'm looking for a feature that I haven't played with in a while, and then I'm like, I don't even remember what pack it was from, and now I can't find it. Did you play the most recent event quest? This one up in the corner, Forever Friends or whatever it was? Still working on it. I thought it was cute. I was a little disappointed that they didn't give magnets for all of the worlds. Only some of them. So like they did Brindleton Bay, they did Mount Komorabi, I think. They did Oasis Springs, but they didn't do all of them. And so I was like, So I wonder if maybe there will be a future quest where we get the rest of the magnets, but I was like a little confused why we got some worlds but not others. But I thought the magnet board was really cool. I've put it in a couple of builds since. She's almost done adding composting to our toilets. Oh, and she decided to use it. Okay, well, good thing it didn't catch on fire that time. Okay. So, oh, definitely in our fire room. I feel like any rooms that end up having to do with fire should have one of these bad boys as well. I'll put the other 3 in here for now. You know what would be good? The Murphy beds. Yeah, I definitely feel like they picked the one that had like the most identifiable symbols. I just wish that they had done more of them. Alright, Murphy beds. Let me figure out where those are. There we go. I'm gonna only use... I don't know if I want to make Murphy beds their own room. or if I just want to make them like a feature in some of the other rooms, you know. Because I feel like Sims don't sleep often enough and the malfunctions don't happen often enough for it to really be like a thing. You know? Like its own thing. But I think by putting them in a couple of the rooms, that could be fun. The dino is so cute, and taking the pictures with the plush was fun. I did enjoy that. Should we have them sleep in a coffin in this room? I think that could be fun. Like a vampire. Yeah, I think they do have to get hit a couple times. It doesn't happen very often. And I really like playing with tiny homes for the like faster skill gain. But it doesn't seem to happen very often in my game. But I also tend to leave it down because I just don't go through the motion of putting it back up. I don't know. And they tend not to do it autonomously very often. So, but maybe I could do something where I like force them to do it. Ooh, I should add in hamsters. I think that's the next move. So that they can get like the rodent fever. Ooh, and I should get some cow plant from the gallery. Okay. I have a plan. Let's see. Maybe we'll make the rodent and the cow plant room in the same room. We can also throw in a crow for good measure. Penny, Whiskers, Thimble, and we'll have Bubbaloo over here. And then I'm gonna see if go and get a cow plants off the gallery. Can the ghost cow plants still kill people or no? It copies the room, it doesn't copy the cow plant. That's okay. Look at it, isn't it beautiful? I love cow plants. I think they're so funny. Okay, I'm gonna get a couple more of them. There's 3 of them right here. Perfect. So I'll put one in our general room. And then I actually think I prefer this pot. It's not letting me grab it. Oh. It just does that if you place it inside. Got it. Now we have this bad boy. I think we'll put it in the outside area by the piranhas. Because I feel like getting eaten by piranhas and getting eaten by a cow plant are the same vibe, you know? I had never noticed either. I guess I've never, like, tried putting cow plants inside that weren't already in pots. I didn't know that they generated their own pot, but I think that's really cool. I got to feed one and it died. That's so tragic. I honestly get more emotionally attached to my cow plants than I do to my Sims, which is probably not a good thing, but it's true nonetheless. Hmm. I could also go into debug and get some mold, put some mold in there. Or even if I don't put it in there, I could make it a lot challenge. Should we add a bunch of different like fun lot challenges? Maybe not heists. I feel like we should just make this like a very volcanoes. Very grass boxes. I think this is fun. You're building a landfill right now. I love that. That's another thing I can use instead of a bed. A dumpster. I really like playing The Sims as chaotically as possible. I have a lot of fun doing that. It has all the gross traits. Yeah, and there's a lot of gross traits. I feel like The Sims knows how to cater to its audience. They know that we are here for the craziness. I think maybe also in the main chaos room, I could add like a research machine, because, and then like I could, as one of the wheels spins, it could recontribute to the research machine. Because I think if they do that too many times, they can die. I think that's a thing. What's the cheat? Ignore gameplay unless entitlement. I wish that was one of the UI cheats. Because I have UI cheats downloaded to like cheat their needs and stuff. I wish you could just click something that's locked and it would become unlocked. You haven't played much with University? It's fun. It just like, it takes so much of the Sims life that I feel like sometimes it's not very realistic to play with it. Because like, especially if you want to have like a household with a lot of kids or something, because sometimes they get done with the university and they're already almost an adult, and it's like, well, what was the fun of that then? Where is the research machine? I'm just not seeing it. Oh, I spelled research wrong. We'll do the cheap one. Maybe that has a higher risk of death. Or maybe it doesn't, and I just made that up. They are packed. Honestly, I feel like University should only last like 2 weeks in game. Or there should be a way to like, where you choose how long you want your sim to go to college for or something. Because sometimes it does take forever, and it gets a little repetitive. Alright. Let's see. What should I do next? Should I build like the outdoor living area? None of the rooms are finished. I'm just like putting down objects for funsies, I guess. What fences look very prison coded? These ones right here. Get to work. Duh, because that's the one with the least career. There it is. Is this too small? I don't think so. We'll make the enclosure work. Bunk beds. Yes, getting the goods first. I have to. Otherwise, I'll forget all of the evil plans I had. And that wouldn't be good, would it? There we go. We have a place for them to sleep. Should we give them one of the flaming toilets? I feel like we should. Just give the people who have to live outside the absolute worst survival chances possible. Oh man. Maybe we can give them like one really nice amenity though. Like, should we give them a really nice bathtub? Like the one from Get Famous. See, they have a life of luxury. Living a good life out here. See, their toilet even matches their bathtub. I am not nice to these poor Sims. We can also give them like a nice counter. I'm sticking with the black and white color theme, I think. But we're gonna give them very cheap and grody appliances because we don't want them to get too confident. City Living is one of my favorite packs. I think it's so good. It does have a lot of good items, and I really like the festivals too. A lot of the times I ignore the calls, but then on the occasions where I go, I'm like, this is nice. And the food stalls are like a fun touch too. Definitely better apartments than like the flea market is my favorite too. It's so good. I also like the whatever it's called, the pranksters versus jokesters one. Rags to Riches is living it up. I had to move the fire toilet over here because I don't want it to kill the cow plant. Humor and hijinks, that's what it is. Thank you. I could not remember what it was called for the life of me, but I remembered that there were pranksters and there were jokesters. I think that's my favorite festival. I don't think there's anything else that these Sims need. If I make a trash can really big, can they still use it? Like, would they be able to use that? Probably not, right? But it would be really funny. Outdoors, fine. Should I give them something for their fun need? I feel like I should. Oh, the telescope! It would be so fun if they got struck by a meteor. There we go. That's something to get your fun up. Hopefully they can use that there. If not, actually I'll just move it. Hopefully they can still access the pond and the cow plant and the telescope. But I think they should be able to, the way things are. But we'll play test it with our girl. Actually, let's do it right now. I'll report her on over. Okay. She can use the telescope. She can interact with that. She can interact with that. Okay. This looks like everything is working. Perfect. Okay, and there's no reason why those beds wouldn't be functional. And then there's one other thing. I don't know, maybe everything else is fine. Okay. So now we do have one room that's done, and it's the outside. You always pick pranks because you're a softie. Yeah, for sure. Jail, yeah. I'm gonna leave her there now until she has to playtest something else. She's stuck. Alright. I think I'll start. Ooh. They're already getting hungry. Uh-oh. And so I'm not gonna give these guys a kitchen because I do want them to eat the cow plant cake. But I will give them a bed. Oh, I'm not giving the other room a bed, just this one. They can have a bed and a nightstand. Actually, I really like using the crate as a nightstand for my poor unfortunate Sims who end up in poor unfortunate situations, and I feel like this is one of them. No, I'll give them some reading. Or no, because then they'll play with the rodents more. To get their fun need up though, won't they? So maybe I won't. Maybe they just have a crate. Toilet. There's their toilet. The crate is really nice. I use it very frequently, especially with my like crazy builds like this. And maybe the thing is we just give people really nice bathtubs. That doesn't fit the vibes of the room though. Oh. Gonna cheat us some more money. Maybe this guy doesn't get a bathtub. Maybe they just get a sink. This is the yellow room, I think. And that's what we'll call it. Because everything's yellow. I don't know if they can use that sink. You know what that means? It is usable. Now she's trapped with the cow plants in the yellow room. Maybe I should make each of her like she's free just to go into another prison. I do like the idea of color coding the rooms, and this already has a bunch of yellow objects in it. And so we could just make it, 10 times more aggressive. By doing something like that. It is a vibe. Not a good one, but a vibe nonetheless. Since this is fire, maybe I'll make this the red room. Oh, this was the other thing I wanted to playtest. I wanted to see if that shower is functional. It is. If you can't tell. There's a toilet, there's a shower, but there's no way to get food. Maybe. Hear me out. A grill. Very flammable. I think I'll make it red. Yes, exactly. The shower to put out the fire. More fire. Always more fire. It's the best. Not packs. Colors. Oh, that is an aggressive flooring. I don't know if we can stick with that. It's so fun, though. That is horrible. Oh my gosh, it's so bad. I'm gonna leave that. But it's hard to look at. We might end up having to change that. I haven't really decided what color this room will be. Maybe orange, because it's also like fire related. We'll make it a little less aggressive than the red room, because the red room is terrifying. Yeah, that. Nice, and subtle, and calm, and... No. I haven't gotten anything out of debug yet. However... Oh, also, I said we were going to put a little bit of everything in the center room, but surely that includes a pool. So there we go. Actually I'll move it to be in front of the fireplace. To put out the fires, Oh, and we should probably put one of the rodents in there, huh? Really? complete the experience. If I put a toilet there, will it be functional? That's the question of the day. Did you use a Christmas build? Sorry, I don't remember what I said. The red floor. Oh yeah, that makes sense. I feel like it wouldn't be so off-putting if it wasn't paired with this wallpaper. But you know, choices were made and I'm standing on them for now. Alright. I don't want to get into debug yet, but this eventually is going to be the mold room. We're going to make it all moldy. And its color is going to be green. So I'm gonna make it very like water themed. Or maybe we'll make it the what color? Yeah, it's gonna be the mold room. So I'm gonna make it very water themed. Can mold spread through walls? I don't know. I'm not sure. But that is a good question. If it does spread through walls and I like the chaos that it's bringing, then I'll let it spread. But if I don't, I'm gonna have like a sim running around like cleaning up messes and like resetting stuff. That's like not part of the chaos challenge situation. So I would just have that sim go in and clean it up in the like cells that it spreads to. Yeah, I figure that's probably the most practical way to do it, to have a sim. And so that's what the upstairs is actually for. The upstairs is not going to be chaos. That's going to be like where I have a sim or two living that are going to run around the house and take care of things. That way, if all of the sims, you know, spontaneously die from the various situations going on in their room, it won't be the end of my household. So that's the plan. But I'm going to make the mold room very aquatic. Because that's what I think of when I think of mold. You know what? The new hot tub that we have from Adventure Awaits would be great for this. That's not it. This bad boy right here. Okay. And of course they need some way to eat. You forgot it was in-ground? Yeah, I was so shocked when I first downloaded Adventure Awaits and we finally had an in-ground hot tub. Because that's something I've wanted in the game for literally forever. So now I use it in like every build because it's new and I'm excited about it. We'll give them a non-fire toilet. This is a fun shower. That shower. That tub. There we go. It's really shaping up into a real build now, guys. You're right, that is really good for tiny living. I feel like I should give them one nice thing in this room. Should they get a plant? Oh wait, what am I thinking? No, they can't get a plant. They don't even have a bed. What if I gave them a couch and they have to sleep on the couch instead of the bed? Isn't it? I was a little bummed by the Adventure Awaits pack, to be honest, because we had just gotten Enchanted by Nature, and so I was like, uh-oh, another outdoorsy pack. But it does have some cute items, and this tub is definitely one of them. The tub and the hot tub are both awesome. Alright. Let's get some green flooring in here for the mold. I like the crusty carpet. That one right there. I'm also a sucker for The Sims. I have all the expansion and game packs, but I don't have all of the stuff packs. I have the ones that I was interested in, like Spa Day and stuff, but some of the other ones I'm like, And I only have like 2 kits, I think, because the concept of kits annoys me a little bit. I'm like, I don't understand what I'm doing for 8 items, but I do get the ones that I think are really good. Yeah, the kits are where I'm picky. I have the Cozy Gamer kit from Lil Simsy, and I use that all the time. It's so good. I don't know what other kits. Was Laundry Day a stuff pack or a kit? I think that was a stuff pack. I know we can find out. Bust the Dust. That's the one. Yeah, I only have Bust the Dust and the Comfy Gamer kits. Because those were the only ones that I felt were worth it. I think the mold room's done. Hi Emma, welcome, welcome. I agree, the creator kits are pretty good. My only gripe is that some of them are like oriented for only one room, so like there'll be one where it's like purely a living room, and I don't know if I really want the items, but then I can't really justify to myself buying the kit just to make a living room or like a bathroom or something, you know? I'm glad it gives mold vibes. That's really what I was going for with the mold room, so. But they have an aquarium, so they should be happy, right? Oh, what should we stock the aquarium with? Teleport her in here. Let's fully stock with fish. Yeah, see? That's so beautiful. They won't even realize that they're being poisoned. The stream's going good. I'm building a chaos house. It's very heavily inspired by similes from TikTok. Yes. Okay. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of our rooms complete. You know what? Maybe this room deserves a hot tub too. Oh, I haven't saved literally since I finished building the shell. That could have been bad. But that's okay, we've saved now. Oh man, please remind me to save because I will not remember. Yeah, everybody who's watching right now, this is your reminder to save the game. Avoid the tragedy that I almost brought upon myself. My game crashes a lot. And I don't know why, because I don't even have like CC. Like, I literally use MC Command Center and UI cheats, and that's it. And I'm good at keeping them updated. So I really think it's The Sims' fault for my game crashing and not mine, because I do take care of it. I'm also terrible at it. And an update I really want, more than an update to like the user interface with the menus, I want them to update it so that we can save while we're in CAS. Because there have been times where it's like a brand new household and a brand new save, and I'm like halfway through creating a sim and I've spent so much time on it, and then my game crashes, and that's not even my fault because I can't save in CAS. So I really, really, really hope they add that to the game. I don't know why they don't allow it. I'm sure there's some like programmer reason for it or whatever, like it would make things complicated tech wise, but I don't care. I want to be able to save from CAS because I have lost so much time and effort that way. So now usually I'll like make a couple outfits, go back into gameplay, save, and then go back in and make some more outfits. I do too. Like, I will get. So, I actually just made a guy. Hold on, let me go find him. I tried to make like a modern version of Aristotle. Let me see. This is a new. Hold on. We'll come back to this in 1 second. But I want to show you Aristotle. I made him yesterday. He's really funny looking. Same. He's either in TikTok or Barbie, I'm not sure. We'll check TikTok first. Oh, I probably have him saved in my library. I literally could have just added him to my household. Duh. Well, we'll see if he's in here first. Here he is. I made him and I built him a little house in Oasis Springs. Because I feel like Oasis Springs is very like grease coated. This is his house. It's inspired by a photo I found on the internet. This was my attempt. And then this is our guy. Get off your phone, man. And I just think he's so funny. I'm glad you like the house. It took forever. And I even had a photo I was basing it off of. And it still took forever, but I'm pretty proud of it. And then this is our guy. And I spent, not kidding you, so long staring at a photo of a sculpture of Aristotle in trying to shape his face to look like that. Not sure how well it worked, but I really tried my best. And I spent so long sculpting the face, and then he has a beard anyways, so all of that work didn't matter anyways. But you know, it was good times, so it doesn't matter. We do love a good character. I also made in this save, let's see. Manage Worlds. Another one I made recently because the King Kylie makeup palette came out. I made a sim inspired by the King Kylie era. And so we'll show her real fast and then I'll go back to making my Chaos Mansion. But I was also very proud of her. I'll show her in cast because I think I gave her most, if not all, of her outfits. She's living in Del Sol Valley, I think. Not me being lost in my own game. This one. Why was that so hard for me? She took over the Bailey Moon Mansion. I play The Sims for like actually hours a day and I still have no idea where things are. It's so embarrassing. Okay, that is not one of the outfits I made. But their child age up and you're saving is hilarious. I love that. I will have like the greatest looking parents in the world and then like the kid will come out and it's like, what is that? Yeah, so she's got like the heavy makeup, the blue hair. This is the King Kylie sim. I really tried my best. Yeah, those are not outfits I made. I ended up giving up, but yeah. Yeah. I didn't spend very much time on this one. I just like was mostly focused on the blue hair and the outfits because I was making it for a TikTok, not to play with. But it was fun. It was fun while it lasted. What are you rebuilding Willow Creek into? Like what game style? I've been thinking of like demolishing it all and making it Victorian. Okay, we're going back to our Chaos Mansion now. Save Carlton? That is tragic. I I am so sorry for your loss. I have one save somewhere lost in the void where I rebuilt, not even rebuilt because they didn't build Newcrest in the first place, but you get what I'm saying. But I built up Newcrest, years of work. That is so tragic. I am so sorry. Whenever I try to rebuild worlds, I end up getting like decision paralysis because there's so many different lot types. And so it's like I want a library and a gym and a pool and multiple different places to eat. Like I want a breakfast diner, but then I also want there to be a dinner restaurant and a bar, and so like, but then there's not enough lots for all of that and houses, and so I really get like decision paralysis as to what to do. I bet that sounds so devastating. I don't think I would ever get over it, losing an entire save file. That would be so tragic. That's really cool, Lila. That's awesome. Do you post anywhere with like your builds, or is it just something you do for yourself? Also, if it sounds like I'm talking to myself, I'm not. I'm on both. I'm live on both TikTok and Twitch. So if it seems like I'm just talking to like a ghost or something, it's probably because it's from a different chat than the one you're in. Just for you. That's fair. I don't really know how to post either. That's why I don't have very many followers, but I just do it for fun, and I think that's what really matters. Thank you for the follow. All right. I'm not sure what else to add to the Chaos Mansion now that we finished the mold room. Yeah, Wolf, it is hard to fill the world when there's not very many lots in the neighborhood. It's a constant struggle. A firework room. I saw somebody do a live stream where apparently if you put like hay down and you set off a firework inside, it makes like a massive fire. Yeah, this right here. Maybe that's a little too much. Okay. And then the fireworks are from City Living, I think? Oopsies. Are the fireworks debug? Is there no way to buy them live? Maybe I can buy them on the computer? Where are the fireworks at? Hmm. Maybe we can buy them on the computer. Order. Purchase fireworks. Okay. Now we're in business. Okay. That's gonna kill us for sure. Maybe I'll tone it down when it's time for the actual one, but I'll keep it like that to remind myself that that's the firework room. Yellow is already taken. So maybe this will be purple. The purple room. Yeah, you can't even duplicate those in build mode. So weird that you have to buy them from the computer. You're so invested in the lamp. It's going to be an abandoned factory. Ooh, that's really exciting. I love when lots have like a story. Yeah, I think I'm gonna make this red purple. Oh, oops. I grabbed my fish tank. Didn't mean to do that. Let's see. Or maybe I'll make it blue. Like the sky, because it's fireworks, you know? We can pretend the hay is clouds. Let's get a wallpaper. Man, I really wish there was cloud walls to match. But I don't think that there are. I think it's from Horse Ranch where that floor comes from. Right? Isn't it Horse Ranch? It is. Well, I guess I'll just filter by blue walls and see what comes up. Blue. We're back in floors somehow. Oh, and I can put some cloud decals on the wall. Eco Lifestyle has this cloud light as well. Oh, or we can do this one right here. Cute. Okay. She's in the sauna. When did that happen? Must have been when I was buying the fireworks. That's so funny. Okay. And then we have this last drone. Yeah, I think it's really weird that we don't have a cloud wallpaper. I think we should. I wish we did. And it's so pretty on the floor. And I think it even makes more sense for the wallpaper than it does for the floor because of, like, you know, Toy Story and stuff. I don't know what concept I want to go with for this last string. What way I want to cause chaos. You know what I could do for the last room? Force the people who go into it to be elderly and make it a death by overexertion. So put a bunch of gym equipment and stuff in there. That's what I can do. I'm glad you think it's a good idea. Now I just have to find the gym equipment. Here it is. We can put like yoga mat. You can't go skiing in there, but you get the vibes. We can have one of the cheerleading mats as well. I think that's from high school years. And ooh, the workout bike from the new pack. And we can do the weight rack. And then like the traditional like the usual gym equipment as well. And then I'll make sure that everything functions as intended. Purple log. Yeah. Okay, I'll make sure all of that equipment is functional. And then need a way to make food. So there's a grill. That there. And then I'll put a toilet. And also not a shower, but a sink. And the one nice thing that I'm going to give them, since I like give them a little something to be happy for, is I'm gonna give them TVs in this room. My other rooms do not have TVs. But that one, they can be entertained while they work out. Give myself some more money. Okay. So I'm gonna play test this and then I'm gonna finish this room and this one. I think I'm gonna leave the middle room white. Because it's like the generic room, you know? But it does need a bed. Do all these have beds? Firework room does not, but firework room does not get furniture. Oh, this room does have a bed. Bed, bed, bed. Bed, bed. Intentionally no bed. Bed. Okay. Playtesting. Sure. Teleport. Get out of the sauna, girl. She didn't teleport. Hello? There she is. Okay. Why is she uncomfortable? No, it's just from the lot traits. Okay. Stop cooking. And stop watching TV. Hello? What was that? Okay, that one works. Okay, so the cheerleading mat works. Yoga mat works. Oh, she's uncomfortable. Well, stop being uncomfortable, diva. Okay. Oh, reminder to save your games. I forgot. And I haven't saved in a while. So reminder to save your games. Gremlin's lot trait, that is probably why she's nauseous. But I can just cheat it, so that's okay. Intense workout. Arm curls. Stop. I'm pretty sure all of this is functional now. Okay, yeah. Looks like everything works. So now we just have to finish this round. Let's see. What else should we add to the grow room? This little guy's gonna watch as it all goes up in flames. Can I put these inside? No, they have to be out. This one doesn't have to be outside. The little ones do not have to be outside, which is good to know. So we're gonna have a little bonfire as well. And why not put a rug under the bonfire? You know? Just for the vibes. I don't know if they catch fire the way that other things do, but I really hope that it does. Because that would be awesome. I think I'll give them this or the sink. I don't think they do. I'm just gonna give them a trash can. They can throw away their garbage. Actually, no, this one, because it's got the orange. For the orange room. And then... maybe a different mailbox. Maybe in addition to the murky bed, we'll give them a less lethal option for sleeping as well. Oh, my mouse just died. That's okay. Just plug it in really fast. There we go. All better. Since everyone gets something nice in their room, their nice thing is going to be they don't have to sleep in the murky bed. They can sleep in a sleeping bag as well. If I could find them. There, next to the fire. That's an opportunity for them. There's room for that blanket because it's really fun. We'll put a big fire warning. Careful about using the grills or you'll catch on fire. But we're not going to add a fire alarm. That's something that we're definitely not going to do. Does that come in orange? It does. Okay. Now we just need finishing touches. There's something from the Cozy Gamer kit, I think. That was cow plant vibes. Yes, okay. So I feel like the cow plant skull overlooking the room is really a decor choice of all time. There's the cow plant from Paranormal. There's a cow plant there. And then here's the one I was thinking of from Cozy Gamer Kit. Yeah, we're really bougieing up these rooms, guys. Okay. This room, however, does, I believe, have space for the fireplace ready romantic blanket. So, I mean, who am I to not put that in there for them? And then just one more fireplace for posterity. Um, so we need to add a rug. And I think we're about done with the downstairs. And then the upstairs will be like normal. I think that's it. unless I think of anything else malicious to add. I think that's it. But I am going to build like a normal upstairs. Well, somewhat normal. You know, normal for me, which is not that normal. I don't think we're actually going to use those rooms there. Oopsies. I think we'll just use this long part here because I'm just gonna have like one sim living up here. The one taking care of everything in the game. So I'll give her like a nice little accommodations. She's gonna be like the red guys from Squid Games. The way I almost said swim games. I never know what I'm talking about. Okay. Hmm. Another pack I really like is Businesses and Hobbies. They've got some good stuff in that pack. And the gameplay is so fun. I haven't played with a small business that recently though. I'm gonna save. Reminder to save. Actually, I can't have a door to the outside because then they're gonna escape. I just have to close this off. Or maybe I'll put in a window that looks like a door in that spot. This one. Because see, this looks like a door, but it's not. It's a window. So, okay. Back to the task at hand. This is cute. I shouldn't say that before I'm even anywhere close to done. Actually, I take that back. Horse Ranch. That couch. That's what I was looking for. My upstairs roommates are so loud. Can you hear them? This is like one of the best drugs in the game, in my opinion. I love it so much. It's so good. Horse Ranch has really cute decor in general. And of course, horses, which makes it good. Okay. That was fun. Alright, kitchen time. Hmm. Hmm. Okay. That'll be like a coffee bar. Kitchen. Hmm. Do we like this one? I think that's actually kind of fun. Okay. And then maybe like darker upper cabinets. Hmm. I'll give her the nice trash can. I feel like we should put her in a funny costume for like all of her outfits. Nope, what are we noping to? I am so bad about remembering what I've actually said. Everything I've ever said in my life. Forgotten the instant it comes out of my mouth. Kitchen Island, maybe. Hearing roommates. Okay. Yeah, they've quieted down. Maybe they heard me say something through the ceiling. Probably not, though, because I complain about them a lot and they've never said anything mean to me about it. So. Glad you can't hear them because you don't want to. Coming from someone who hears them all the time. Do we have a cow print rug? If we don't have a cow print rug, we should have one. Maybe we don't. Because that would be really cute in here. Your neighbor's dog is a loudmouth and it echoes in your house. Oh, wow. Yeah, my dog is a loudmouth, but he lives with my parents because my dorm doesn't allow pets. But he is my sweet precious baby boy, but he is an evil dog. I love him so much, but he is a hater. He is not nice to people. Oh, I should put this down in the cow planner. This poster. Mm-hmm. It's inspirational. They can make it real big on this wall right here. Hmm. I really don't know what rug to. Ooh. Hold on. That works, I think. I think I like that. I love this store so much. It's so good. Every time. Let's see for a coffee bar. Random. Oh, the new coffee pot from Adventure always works perfectly in here. That won't be functional that way. Key. Okay, this is going pretty well, I think. Find any cow prints. Pastel pop kit. Choose your aesthetic rug. Okay, that's not one of the kits I have. But that is a good pitch for a reason to buy it. But I don't think I can buy it. I'll think about it. Zebra print's the only other one you could find. Well, thank you for looking. I appreciate it. I obviously could not find it, but it's good to know that there's one in pastel pop kit. Maybe one of these days, I'll stop being so selective about buying kits. Mm. I wish there were more of these like one tile, these little one tile. The one tile, what are they called? Coffee table. That's the word I was looking for. One tile coffee tables. Um, I wish there were more of those. Because I think they're really nice, but all of the ones we have are very specific. Like, you can only use that in a very specific build. You can only use that in a very specific build. This one's a little more versatile. This one's a little more versatile, but still. So I do wish the game had more of those. Base game one and side tables. Base game? Let me look for that. This one? I do like that one. I wonder why they don't have it marked as a coffee table. I think that they marked this as an end table, not a coffee table. Yeah. You didn't know that they were called accent tables? Yeah, I feel like it's kind of like an antiquated term. Like I've only heard, no offense, old people say it. I think side tables like way more common. It is a nice height. I feel like it's like too short to be a good nightstand sometimes, but it's the perfect height for a coffee table. So I really don't understand. I really don't understand why it's not marked as a coffee table. I think that's really weird. Should I just put a cactus in the room? I used to grow cacti. Fun story, actually. When I was in FFA in middle school, there was like a plant show in my town, and so every year people would grow like a lot of plants and then sell them in an auction at a plant show at a festival. And so I grew dwarf cacti. I had 8 of them, and I ended up selling them to a car dealership at the auction for like $300. It was pretty crazy, but I only did it that one year. It was fun though. Fun. I didn't end up doing FFA in high school, but I did have a lot of fun with it in middle school. I did that plant show. I was also on a floriculture team, so that competition we would like make flower arrangements. That was one section of the competition. And then we also had to identify different like diseases and like signs of malnutrition in flowers. We had to identify like 80 different types of flowers. And then there was also like a portion where they would give you like a short essay question, I think, about how, like, if you were running a flower shop and a customer came in with this problem, how would you handle it? And so there was a bunch of different sections to the competition, but it was really fun. And all of my friends were on the team, so we would just get together after school and practice. But yeah, it was a really fun event. And then I also did food science. That was the third thing I competed in. That one we had to be able to taste the difference between off-brand and on-brand foods. We had to do like a similar like business decision type exercise like we had to do in floriculture. And then there was like an exam on food safety as well. Yeah. That's why I didn't do it in high school. It was a lot to have to like study for on top of doing classes. But my middle school was pretty chill. So I had a lot more free time on my hands to do stuff like that, and it was fun. I did enjoy it, and actually food science was really cool because one of the girls on the team, her dad was actually a food scientist. Like his palate was insured for $5 million. It was pretty crazy, like talking to him about it. I was absolutely terrible at telling the difference between like the on-brand and the off-brand foods, like that section of the competition. I would be like, all 3 of them taste like a Cheez-It. I don't know what to tell you. But he could always instantly tell. It was crazy. Exactly, that's how I feel about it. Food be food. Like, there are certain things that I have a preference on. Like, if I'm gonna get a sub, I'm gonna get a Publix sub, you know? But, like, the vast majority of things, I'm like, it all tastes the same to me. But I was pretty good at the multiple choice portion of that competition. So, I wasn't a complete drag for my team, fortunately. That's a good one. I like that swatch. Yeah, it got easier, and like studying for it was pretty easy because all of the competitions had like Quizlets. And so if we just spent a couple minutes a day going through the Quizlet on the topic, it ended up not being so hard. But yeah, it definitely wasn't something that you could just like compete in out of the blue. There was definitely a studying process to it. But it was really fun. So yeah, see, the back of this chair, I want it to be a rug, and I want it to have been included in Horse Ranch, but it wasn't, and that's really tragic. Hmm. There's no bookshelf in Horse Ranch. I don't think I realized that until like actually just now. Which is kind of weird because like I feel like having the textured wood was like the whole aesthetic of Horse Ranch and like low key the point of the pack from build mode perspective. Obviously the horses were the point from the cast perspective. But really weird that they didn't have a bookshelf when like their whole thing was introducing like this textured wood look. Yeah, that's really weird. I had never noticed that. Love that shower with the horse curtain though. It's so fun. I don't know, washer. I just put a well in the middle of this. That'd be funny. I didn't put a sink in our kitchen. That's something that I should change. Definitely needs a sink. I also didn't put a sink in our bathroom yet, but you know, first things first. There's that for the bathroom. And then out here. I feel like that one's. Is that the closest match for the stoves? I think so. Not a huge fan. I wish we had more sink options. Um, I think I'm almost done with this build. Which is kind of sad, but that's okay. Because I do need to eat dinner eventually. Okay. This room's done. The office I do need to add a bookshelf to. I went on a whole tangent about how mad I am about Horse Ranch not having bookshelves and then proceeded to not put a bookshelf in. This is why we don't get anything done on these streams. Eating is important. I had a big lunch, so I'm not super hungry. Because if I was, I totally would have left this stream. Oh, like an hour ago? Oh wow, it's been 2.5 hours. Yeah, I would have left like an hour ago. However, I am having fun, and I think I'm just gonna have like leftovers for dinner. So it's not a big stress. See. You get the same way. Yeah, I'm like a hangry person. Like, if I'm hungry, I'm not pleasant to be around. My boyfriend always makes fun of me for that. I just yawned so loud. I'm so sorry you had to hear that. Maybe I'll put chess in the middle of the kitchen because I don't want to put another dining table because we do have a whole dining room. But maybe I'll put that Adventure Awaits chessboard. With the cowbird chairs. Ugh. It's all coming together. There we go. Okay. Actually, I think I'm gonna put it back to the default swatch. Maybe. Cute. Yeah, I feel like it's so common. I keep yawning. Which is really funny because I slept in really late today. I don't have any classes on Wednesdays. The one from Cottage Living. Yeah, it's really been nice this semester because this semester I'm only taking 12 credits, but last semester I was taking 21. So this has been significantly better for my stress. Okay. Is everything back to normal? I don't know what I should check. I should something. Yeah, it was gross. It was a lot. But it's because I'm graduating in December. And so last semester was my last spring. And a lot of the classes for my major are only offered in one semester. So either the specific class is only offered in the fall or it's only offered in the spring. And a ton of what I had left was spring only classes. And I was like, I'm not going to add on another semester just to take these spring only classes. And so I had to kind of pack them all in to that one semester. And it was terrible, but we survived. We're still here. But definitely it got stressful. I don't recommend doing that, by the way. Right. I made the bedroom way too big, but I'm not gonna shrink it now. I'm just gonna leave it as is. I'll probably come in and like add some skill building objects later on, but right now I'm happy with how it is. I think I'm gonna finish the bathroom and then log off. Yeah, fortunately, I had like very small classes, and so the professors knew me super well and were very understanding of the fact that I had overpacked my schedule. So, like, my Italian class only had 5 people in it. My philosophy of mathematics class had 8, you know? And so the professors very much got to know me and understood, like, that I had a lot going on that semester. So that was nice. That they were like, we get it, you can chill. Um, like for my Italian class, the professor didn't even make me take the final because she was like, you have like an 100% in the class, so I know you know what's going on. Just don't even come that day. And I was like, okay. So, yeah. Yeah, having understanding professors is so important. I go to a STEM school, but I'm a humanities major. So the department is very small. And so I've gotten the opportunity to get to know them all pretty well. So that's been really nice. Um, they're very understanding. All right. Now I just need to change up the wallpaper. Maybe not that. I think that room's done. Reminder to save your game. It was great getting to chat. I go live a couple times a week, but I don't really have a set schedule. But I'm gonna go ahead and end the live. It was fun. I had a bunch of fun building and chatting, and sometime next week I will be live streaming the chaos, but I'll probably use this house a couple of times. And have like multiple chaos streams. So thank you so much for chatting with me. I'm gonna go ahead and end this stream. So, all right, bye bye.